Something I've never told anyone until now. Let me tell you about it. When I was 10 years old, maybe I was 9, I can't quite remember, I used to mow lawns in the neighborhood and many blocks away from where I lived. One afternoon, me and a buddy of mine decided to go 3 streets up from me and check out that area since we hadn't been there in like 2 weeks. There were these 3 homes right next door to each other. The one on the right was vacant, the one on the left was vacant, and the one in the center, a lady lived there by herself. And occasionally I would go and mow her lawn when she had the money. If she didn't have the money, I would mow her lawns anyway, front and back, and then she would pay me when she had the money. This one particular evening during the summer, it was about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We went up to her house and I knocked on the door and nobody answered. So I knocked again and the door, it literally pushed open. And I started hollering in, hello, for the old lady. Now, I don't remember her name or else I'd tell you. I want to believe it was something like Esther or something to that effect, but I wasn't sure. And so I kept hollering for her and hollering for her, which was no big deal because she was hard of hearing. So this is what we had to do to get her attention. But it was really concerning to me when I knocked a little bit harder and that door slid open. And as I was hollering for her, I heard a voice coming from the back of the house saying, help me. And it sounded like the elderly lady that lived there. Now, usually she had a son, his name was Jerome, and Jerome used to come and take care of his mother when he can get off of work or come on the weekends, go buy her food, help her do her laundry, stuff like that. So I thought Jerome was there, but I didn't see his motorcycle in the driveway because he drove a motorcycle. So usually he had his motorcycle in the driveway. But I did see a few times where Jerome was there and without the motorcycle. I guess his wife would drop him off. But again, I heard the whole voice, I'm back here, please come back here and help me. So I went into the house, and as I walked toward the back of the house, I got this bad odor, like a bad, I don't know, it smelled like, have you ever smelled a dead mouse that was decaying in the corner of a closet or something like that? So as I reached the back of the house where her room was in the very back of the house. So as I reached it, I looked in and I saw her laying in the bed, and I realized her eyes was open and she was 50 shades of green, blue, purple, and yeah, it just wasn't a good sight. She had passed away. Man, I got scared. I ran out of that house. I went across the street to the neighbor across the street. I told her about it. She went into the house. I guess she's the one that dialed the police to come over there because I hightailed it. I was too afraid to go back into that house ever again. And I have never told anybody this story until now. First time since I was 9 or 10 years old. Thank you for listening.